Brad Washa with the Lost Horse Creek morning update. I'm one of the ops section chiefs. I cover strategic operations on this fire. And today's fire, I want to talk a little bit about the weather. That's been one of the driving factors. Yesterday we had a red flag warning that we thought we were going to experience an increase in winds and lower relative humidities. Because of the smoke cover, that didn't really materialize, so those Chinook winds that were coming off the Alaska range never really made it up to Fairbanks, and our relative humidities didn't drop. So we were expecting to see increase in fire behavior yesterday. We had some minor growth, but nothing major. We even had 2 spots that developed on the fire yesterday, and we were able to catch those really fast under those sort of conditions. On today, we do have another red flag warning, not so much for low relative humidities and winds, but because of the chance of lightning. There's a lightning activity level, LAL of 4 today, so that's on a level of 1 to 6, so that's fairly high, saying high confidence that we might get some lightning in the area. That can impact our fire in a number of ways. One is lightning causing new starts in the area, but also those outflow winds that are sometimes associated with a fire. So we will be watching that this afternoon after the smoke clears. And the other thing with that is there should be some precipitation as that number increases 4 to 5. It does typically mean there's going to be precipitation associated with that lightning, but we are also still under very dry conditions for this time of year in Alaska, so that is a concern as far as the lightning goes. As far as specifics on the Lost Horse Creek fire, it's at about 8,200 acres in size. Continuing to manage the southern part of this fire, especially adjacent to the Haystack subdivision, and then the associated resources along the Elliott Highway. With that, we continue to enhance. We've got dozer line on the what we're calling Division Whiskey on the east side of the fire that ties into the old Haystack burn and then comes down around and then extends along Division Juliet. We've gotten it as far as we basically can get on the southern perimeter. We start running into some wetter areas that we can't get dozers into, so we have tied into some changes, some deciduous vegetation, some of the birch and that. So we've tied into that. And then we're also looking down the road as far as the state had proposed a line in here as far as a fuels treatment. So we're looking at trying to get some, what they're called masticators. They come in and basically chip the material up. So we are looking at, before we leave, trying to get that established. And again, we tied into some deciduous vegetation, so that seems to be holding the fire at this point in time. We're also looking at on that line, we are putting hose lays in there, so we got those established yesterday. And this is where we had a 3-acre spot yesterday, but we were easily able to get that taken care of with the dozer. We didn't have, because of the smoke, we didn't have much in the way of air operations yesterday, and probably it'll be similar today as far as the smoke this morning. And then, if the thunderstorms come through, that's not a good situation for flying in. Beyond the fire itself, continuing to look at establishing a contingency line along the eastern perimeter here and enhancing some of our other contingency lines. We are also still managing those 2 other fires, the Sargent Creek fire and the Our Creek fire. Sargent Creek's 30 acres, basically in a mop-up mode. Both of them are basically in the mop-up mode, and we hope in the next several days to actually be releasing those resources and calling that out. So with that, that is today's update for the 7th of August, 2023.